Hello, time for another video from me. A few more things to catch up on from last time. So yeah, gonna go straight into it. Breaking news today, good place to start. Jurgen Klopp signed a new deal at the club, which I'm so happy about. It was due to expire in 2022, which would have given us 2 more seasons after this one, I think. And then there was rumours of a sabbatical. Was he going to take a break from football? With maybe Gerrard coming in to replace him. But no, Gerrard's signed a new 2-year deal as well, which takes him to 2024 with Rangers and Klopp conveniently to 2024 with Liverpool. So you would expect Gerrard to possibly replace him in the 2024-5 season, which does sound a little bit further away now and a little bit more comfortable saying that than thinking even we've only got 2 years left of Jurgen. So I'm really pleased. Obviously, since he's come in, we've completely transformed as a club. We've gone from, I think we came 8th in the first season when he came in halfway through. We're now 14 points clear of City and 8 points clear of Leicester at the top of the league and European champions. So he's completely turned the club upside down. The training camp's improving. The stadium is now looking to be improved. So everything is coming together nicely. So thought I'd start there with really good breaking news this morning that Jurgen Klopp has signed a new 5-year deal and will be at the club until 2024 at least. Hopefully more than that. But yeah, back to my normal kind of video. Going to start with the Bmouth game, which is the one I haven't got to yet. 3-0 win away. Bournemouth are in terrible form. I think they've lost 5 in a row. Plagued with injuries, and they're suited to playing Liverpool. They try and play football. They don't park the bus. So I did expect quite a comfortable victory, if I'm honest. So 3-0 win. Good first goal, Henderson long ball over the top, which we've seen a lot more of lately. Obviously, a lot of teams like to play out from the back, short, easy, basic passing. But yeah, this really accurate long ball, not just pumping it for the big man, but actually accurate long passes. It's really refreshing and good to see a mix-up from Liverpool. So yeah, a great ball from Henderson. Chamberlain got on the end with his first touch, basically volleyed it in on the stretch past Ramsdale for 1-0. Second goal was really nice as well. Just before the break, it was Mo Salah on the edge of the box, or maybe just inside. Back to goal, back heels it. Keita comes onto it nicely and finishes with the outside of his foot into the corner for 2. Not really any way back from Bournemouth from there. They gave the ball away in the second half. Straight to Keita. I think he played a through ball to Salah, and then you just kind of cut it across Ramsdale for 3-0. Easy as you like, nice and easy. So it was good to see. A nice 3-0 victory. Obviously, Man City losing to Man United, which I didn't expect. I thought they'd win. I didn't think it would be 4-5, 3-0 or something like that. But I thought they would win the game. But yeah, to lose, as I mentioned, that's now 14 points the difference. City now go away to Arsenal, which I would expect them to win on Sunday. But yeah, 14 points clear in December is insane. Obviously, that World Club Championship is on the horizon now, which the tournament has begun. Not really that far into it yet. I think Al Sadd beat Hydrogen Sports, so they will now be playing against probably Monterrey, and the winner of that match will be playing Liverpool in the semi-final. So we'll look forward to that in a couple of videos' time. But moving on from that Bournemouth game, we had that really crunch Red Bull Salzburg match in the Champions League, the 6th group game. Straight shootout, whoever won went through. Liverpool only needed the draw, but that's not the way we play, so we were going to go for the win regardless. Red Bull started really strongly. We couldn't even get out of half for the first 10-15 minutes. Really strong chances for them as well. Obviously, we survived till half-time. We came back into the game a bit. And yeah, we got down the left-hand side, and the goalie for Red Bull pretty much cost them the game, to be fair. He found himself coming out in no man's land for the first goal. Mane kind of crossed it in, open goal. Keita heads it in for 1-0. A lot of relief with that, knowing that Red Bull would then need 2. Red Bull pushed further, and I think another good through ball from Henderson, I think it was, over the top again. Salah runs onto it. Not brilliantly defended by the Salzburg defender. Heads it sort of in the direction of Salah. The goalie again comes out in no man's land, and Salah goes around the goalie, and obviously the finish is sublime. He'd missed probably 4 big chances you would expect him to score. But yeah, I mean, the angle that he scored from that goal was incredible. So that was amazing. What a great goal. What a great finish. 2-0, and we were home and dry, and we were top of the group as well. So Napoli came second and also qualified, and then amazingly sacked Ancelotti the night of as well. So that was very strange. But yeah, obviously we've gone through now. We'll be in the draw on Monday, which I'll get to in a moment. While I'm on the subject of Red Bull, I thought I'd quickly bring up the transfer news, which I really like this about Liverpool lately. None of this rumour, is he going to sign, isn't he going to sign? We linked with a player and we pretty much signed him the same day. So yeah, Minamino, Japanese international from Red Bull Salzburg, plays either as a winger or a number 10. He did actually get a goal and an assist at Anfield when they made the comeback from 3-0 down. Really, really good looking player. Very much in the Klopp mould, very high press, high energy, unselfish player. Obviously, he's been setting up quite a lot of goals for Erling Haaland. But yeah, I mean, he's got 11 in 22 for Japan. He's got 9 goals and 11 assists this year in all competitions for Red Bull Salzburg. And yeah, I think he might actually be, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, the first Asian player Liverpool have had. I was racking my brain and I haven't had a time to literally research it all, but in living memory, I cannot remember us having a Japanese, Chinese, Korean player at all. So it's really, really nice to see that Liverpool are signing the first Asian player. He's a fantastic, fantastic player. I highly rated him in the 2 matches that he played against us. Clearly, Klopp did as well. There is a clip when Minamino does score his volley just outside the box in the comeback at Anfield where, Klopp's like, shaking his head like, yeah, this player, wow, this guy's looking good. He's 24 years old, so I mean, the buyout clause is 7.2 million, which, as he said with the Shaqiri deal, it's a no-brainer. All the fixtures we're going to be having the run-in, we're going to be hopefully fighting on the Champions League front, the FA Cup front, the Champions League front. We're just going to have come back from the World Club Cup as well. So, yeah, it's going to be a busy time of the season. Hopefully he signs Jan first and potentially could feature in the FA Cup match against Everton, where it's actually the same game that Van Dijk made his debut in a couple of years ago when he signed in Jan. His first game was the 3rd round tie at home to Everton. So you never know. If he goes on to have half the career, or half the impact, I should say, that Van Dijk's had at Liverpool, then we're in for a treat, aren't we? So really excited to see Minamino sign up for us. Not too sure what number he'll be. I think there's a couple of free ones, but yeah, we'll look into that at a later date. So really excited to see that. Really good deal for Liverpool. I know Man United and a few others were interested, so yeah, I'm really pleased we've got that over the line. So I'll move on. I mentioned the Champions League draw is on Monday. Obviously, we've won the groups of the potential opponents. We can play anyone that's come in second apart from in our group, and not anyone from England in the Premier League. So we've now going to get Real Madrid, Lyon, Atalanta, Atletico Madrid, or Dortmund. Now, most Liverpool fans, are going to swing one of 2 ways. They're going to say, bring it on, let's play Real Madrid, let's knock them out. And after the comments that Dan made this week, that if they did draw us, that they would beat us, I'm not really afraid of any of those. But, given the choice, you take Atalanta, don't you, really? The absolute minnows of the Champions League. I mean, they're very lucky to have got through after losing, I think, their first 3 group games, which I think is the first team to qualify to a knockout stage, having lost their first 3 matches. I know Newcastle did it when they got through to the 2nd group stage before they changed the format. But yeah, realistically, you want Atalanta. Second of all, you want Lyon. Obviously, Dortmund, Atletico, and Real Madrid are all massive, massive clubs. So, if we was to get one of those 3, wow, it's going to be an incredible, incredible draw. Incredible match, incredible 2 games against any of those 3. But yeah, currently I would fancy us against any of those. I know Dortmund are quite a good side. I think they've been a bit inconsistent in the league, but they've got some top players. Jadon Sancho is the one that that springs to mind. Marco Reus as well. So obviously Atletico Madrid. Obviously they've lost Griezmann, but they've still got your Saul Niguez, your Koke. Not so good up front. They've got the Costas and the Maratas. Not real Premier League flops, if you like. So, they always tend to come back and bite you, don't they? Those kind of players. But yeah, I mean, obviously Real Madrid, everybody knows. They've got, they've lost Ronaldo, but they've got Hazard, they've got Benzema. They've got some top players there as well. Toni Kroos, Sergio Ramos, Varane. The list goes on. They're not in the greatest of form. But yeah, that would be my last choice, really, if I could choose who we got. So yeah, that's on Monday at 11 a.m. Probably turn it on about 20 past 11, half 11, once they explain how the draw works and what pot goes into what. Oh God. and 5 minutes on every team that's qualified. So yeah, about 11:30 I would expect the draw to begin. So be keeping a very close eye on that one. I'll do another video obviously on a preview of who we do get, because it'll be a long wait till we play them. Obviously we won't go, I think February time the Champions League comes back. So yeah, that's exciting. I'm glad we've got through the group stage. It wasn't an easy group at all. Red Bull Salzburg, massive surprise of how strong they were. Obviously, it looks like they're probably going to lose Haaland and Minamino now, so they are going to struggle to maintain that going into the Europa League potentially. But yeah, I was impressed. I'm happy we've signed Minamino, and to win the group, having lost away to Napoli, drawn at home, is good. It is, beating Genk, beating Salzburg twice is really strong. So yeah, that takes a little bit of a break now. Champions League, back focusing on the Premier League. Obviously, and the World Club Cup as well, and that Carabao game against Villa, which we've mentioned in the past. But yeah, obviously Watford game Saturday lunchtime this weekend, the early kickoff. It's becoming increasingly difficult to predict the lineup that Jurgen Klopp's going to put out. I think Salah, Firmino, and Mane will start. They've all kind of had a rest and a rotation recently. The next game that they should play after this would probably be either the semi-final of the Club World Cup or even the final, potentially, if he decides not to play a full-strength team in the semi-final. So, yeah, it'll be good to see them all start up front. I think Alisson will be in goal. I think Trent Alexander-Arnold will start at right back. I think Lovren will probably be giving it off just because he's had a knock in the last 2 games and come off in both of them. So I think Gomez and Van Dijk will start at centre-back. I think possibly Robertson may be the person to miss out. He's not had a rest for a little while. I think Milner may step in at left back at home to Watford. I don't think you have to play. I think you can afford to rest someone like Robertson. So that would be my back 4, and I would expect to see probably Henderson in the 6 with Chamberlain and Wijnaldum either side of him. So obviously Milner will be playing in defence, if I'm correct, and then Keita's played quite recently. He's played in a couple of games in a row. Obviously, he's got 2 in 2, which is excellent. But yeah, I don't think Keita's going to start again. If he does, brill, because I think he's been playing really well. But yeah, I expect Wijnaldum and Chamberlain and Henderson in midfield. So that's my prediction. Obviously, Origi and Shaqiri potentially could come in as well. They played against Everton. They played really well, and they haven't really featured since. So yeah, if I'm going to be wrong, it's probably one of those 2 or both of those 2 that will be coming in as well. So that would be good. Obviously, anything but a win there is absolutely catastrophic. I can't see anything but a comfortable win at home to Watford. I know they've got their new manager, which is Nigel Pearson. But yeah, I mean, what a baptism of fire for him away to Liverpool at Anfield. I can't see anything but a home win. So yeah, just a quick one to finish off then. Couple of awards. Mane's won the Player of the Month for November, which is really good for Premier League, not just Liverpool. 3 goals, 1 assist, which was excellent. Obviously, he scored against Villa and City. That was fantastic. So it's really nice to see him get some recognition. He's really earned it this season. He's been absolutely by far our best player so far. So yeah, I think he carries on like that. Salah hopefully will find some form and we'll start getting some clean sheets as well, which we've done in the last 2 games. I think we're hopefully a 3rd one this weekend. We're looking rosy. Obviously, I mentioned about Jurgen Klopp's new deal. He's also been celebrating today with being manager of the month. 4 wins out of 4 in the month of November. Difficult to argue, really. Obviously, you've got other managers that have got less expectation to win every game. But, if you're going for the title and you win every game in that month, how can you not be manager of the month? So that was really good. Obviously, we beat Villa, we beat City, we beat Palace and we beat Brighton. So really good. Really good month for Liverpool. Hopefully, we take this form into the rest of December. As I say, the World Club Cup's coming up in the midweek next week. Wednesday could potentially be the semi-final, possibly Monterrey, and in the final, probably Flamengo on the Saturday, a week tomorrow. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully, we'll be World Club champions the next time I do a video, and then I'll see you then. So take care and catch up soon.